Fans of the Horus Heresy, thank you very much for joining me for an unboxing review. And today we're going to take a look at the Triaros Armoured Conveyor for the Mechanicum. Nice and white box. My secret mystery shopper picked this up for me from the Forge World store earlier this week. So let's have a look inside and see what we have. We have some bubble wrap. Great thing about buying these tanks is you never, if you sell and trade on eBay, you never need to buy any bubble wrap because you get so much. Right, let's have a look. So we'll put that to one side. So we've got we have the upper hull. We have a bag of parts. We have a bag of bigger parts, and we have some bubble wrap, and oh, there we go, we have photocopy style instructions. So just because you come in a nice white shiny box doesn't mean you get nice shiny instructions. It purely depends on the age of the kit. Parts list. Interesting that there's not many parts to this vehicle. There's only just over a dozen. So as long as these parts are well cast, this should be a pretty straightforward build. And then we have the working with resin and quality control sheet. And quality control today was brought to us by welcome to Read the Doctor's Handwriting Challenge. Is that SB or SS? I'm going to call it SB for the purpose of this. So SB brackets Doctor's Handwriting did the quality control on this kit. Let's see if that quality control was up to scratch. So we'll just do a little one here. Put that over there. Right, well, as it's out, let's start with this. So here we go. This is the upper hull, and oh, well, that's not the best start, is it? Methinks we have mold slippage. Yeah, more mold slippage. Oh, hideous. Well, that's a fail category. This part. This part will certainly be going on the replacement list because that slippage isn't recoverable. Okay, that's not a good start, is it? So we'll see if this can get any better. Let's do the big bag of equally big bits. Another Forge World bag to add to the plastic collection. So here we have the front hull, the Triaros. So this is this beautifully detailed section here is the shock ram, and when we once I've built this and I do the rules review, that's gives interesting capabilities to this vehicle. That looks that's good. There's some slightly iffy bits on these sides, but as we saw in the instructions, these are going to be covered by these track units, so I don't think there's anything there that can't be put right. So that's a pass. What do we have here? So here, these look like the inner track units, and like the Krios battle tanks, it's got these nice details which are going to show through these apertures in the side hulls. Let's have a look at those. They look all right. Yeah, they're nicely detailed. Lots of I don't know, generators and cabling and stuff. It's funny that it's got a slight line down it. Ooh, look at that! Look at that mold slip there. That's that's really big. That's right across detail. So fail. Oh dear, 2 fails, 1 pass. Other side. So same piece. other side of the tank. Let's have a look at that problem area on this part. And you see on this part, our problem area, as I've called it, is fine. Indeed, little bit of a blip there, but that's sorted. That can be sorted. Bit of offset there, but I don't think that will show when that's going to sit inside the track unit once it's built, so that's fine. Okay, so that's a pass. So with 2 passes, 2 fails. Right, let's do the track units. Let's see what's going to happen there. Detailing is very nice on these. Huge big track units. These are much larger than the Triaros battle tank track units. You've got an inside and you've got an outside. These big doors. Of course, this transporter doesn't have any limitations around unit size, so you can put bulky, extremely bulky, etc. units in it. So with the exception of battle automata, this will carry just about anything from your Mechanicum list. Now, much like the Triaros, you've got these large ridges here on the inside of a track unit, and yeah, you see, and they're supposed to be smooth, so I'm not that sure about this part either. I mean, it's a bit frustrating. You can't really tell if that's supposed to be flush with the hull or if it's supposed to have a ridge on it. So I'm gonna not overly keen on that. Let's have a look at the actual tracks. Yeah, welcome to Slip City. Fail. Next part. So, hull piece 2. Let's look around this. What's that like? Oh dear. And if the camera cares to join us, which it has done, we've got more mould slippage going on across these track units, these track teeth here, or tread, sorry, and it continues around the back as well, and down here that's very noticeable. Fail. 4 fails, 2 passes. Not going very well. Let's see if there can be some late redemption in the bag of bits. Right, this is like the rear housing for, I don't know, it's almost like a command place, but it doesn't really seem to have a crew position as such, the Triaros. It's an intriguing vehicle. Slippage, some slippage going on here. A lot of slimy, gungy stuff as well. And some more there. Bit of pitting there. Indifferent to that piece, that's not sure on that one yet. Right, enormous cogs of Mechanicumness. So there's a pair of these. These are very much like those on the Triaros battle tanks as well. They've actually added some additional detail onto these, so they're better detailed than the Triaros battle tanks, which is a nice touch. Because on the Triaros it looked a little bit bland. There's quite a bit of cleanup to do on that. Do you see again? Look at all of this mould slippage inside of these. It's, oh dear. Let's go indifferent. This looks similar sort of story. Here you've got a good example of a warped part. So you can see that this has been taken out of the mould before it's been allowed to properly cool. Now imagine if that's immersed in hot water, that may well return to its actual flat shape, but yeah. And that was one of the issues I talked about in my Forge World quality control. That's going on indifferent. Right, Mauler bolt cannons. Whoops, a bit of camera slippage to go with the mould slippage. Keeping with the theme there, aren't I? Well, we've got one part that's nicely cast out, the twin link bolt cannons. Nice detail with this sort of targeting skull on the side. I like that. Those will I'm going to bore. I will bore the bores out. On those, like I do with all my bolt cannons, makes them look better. That can go on the pass. This is the rear hull plate. Got mould displacement here. It's got a noticeable ridge. Some pitting. Not a lot, but a little bit of pitting there. Those holes shouldn't be there. More, actually, there's more pitting. More pitting along there as well. Now, this bit here, right, as to whether or not that's acceptable, it depends where it's going to go on the final model. If it's abutting something, then I'll pass it. If it's visible, then yeah. So those are going to go there, that's going to go there. So the cogs are going to go something like that. So cogs are going to go like that. So I don't know, it's not the best. That goes on the indifferent pile as well. That's not brilliant either. Right, now we go into the Volker Serpentis. So the Triaros comes with 2 Volker Serpentis. Oops, mold slippage, camera slippage. And these are point defense weapons, and they're independently tracking and targeting. So you can always shoot them regardless of your move. So basically, this thing can certainly move and shoot pretty effectively. That's nice. It's interesting. It's only a Volkite charger, but size-wise, this is more the size of a Volkite Colliver. But yeah, I think they possibly didn't want to give it too much OP firepower for a dedicated transport. And then on the other side, get some focus. Thank you. Again, got these nice targeter skulls on. Yeah, you see now, nicely cast. And sometimes if the mould runs across these fins and it's ever so slightly off, inevitably it's a wasted part. But no, they're well cast, so that's a pass there. And then finally we've got a sprue of we have a searchlight, and as it's a Mechanicum, it needs a skull to sit on the searchlight because, you know, it's Mechanicum, which is a fun little thing, although it has a bit of pitting on it. That's repairable though. And then we have a couple of type shielded generator type things. So there's a Mechanicum badge there, and then these two. And I think these are probably supposed to be something to do with the shields and the flare shield that this tank carries in the game. They're very reminiscent of void shield generators from Titans. You see, you can see on these nodules, there's a couple which have got air bubbles on. And right on the tip of the nodule is a very frustrating thing to repair. So that's probably actually replace that one. So pass 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Indifferent 1, 2, 3. Fail 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 sprues. So I think that was on indifferent as well, wasn't it? So the person who I called SB, I'm only going to give you 3 out of 10 for this kit because that's poor quality control and most of this is going to need swapping. Anyway, bit of a rant, unpack, but I hope you found that interesting. I was going to say I'll do a review on this soon once I've got it built, but I'm not going to be able to because there's so many parts that need swapping. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed listening to this. I will speak to you next time. Thank you and goodbye.